Hi and welcome back to Garden Ninja. Now today's video guide is all about perennials. These are the plants that come back year after year in your garden. Now I had a few questions off some people on Twitter that said, when do I prune these and what do I do with them? So today's guide is going to show you exactly what to do, even if you don't know what plants you've got in your garden. So come on, let's get cracking. Now whilst there are literally thousands of different perennials, this guide's going to simplify it for you, so you don't even need to know the name of the plant that you're dealing with. So I split the herbaceous perennial pruning into three main groups. The first group, probably the easiest, now these are the ground cover herbaceous plants. Now these pretty much do the job for you. They will die back in the winter, leaving barely any trace, and you probably don't have to do much to them. The second group are what I call the brown and crispies, so things like your grasses, your salvias, anything that puts on loads of height, like penstemons, and then they crisp up over the winter. Now a lot of people tend to cut them back in autumn when they finish flowering, but please don't do that. I tend to go for the approach of leave them throughout the winter, because not only do they give amazing structure during the barren months, they also feed wildlife. And the third and final group are your evergreen herbaceous perennials, which again need very little attention other than cutting out some of the dead and dying matter. So come on, let me show you how to deal with the brown and crispy group. So you're going to need a few key bits of equipment. Firstly, some nice lightweight gloves to protect your precious fingers. Secondly, a nice pair of clean, sharp secateurs to remove all that dead material. And then thirdly, one of these attractive, sexy buckets, any will do, which is to put all the dead matter in. So it really couldn't be any simpler. With your sharp secateurs, you're going to take the plant back to the base. So on this example here is in a Peter. You can see there's a little tiny bit of new growth here. We want to take it all the way back to the base. And it's the same here with these Verbena bonariensis. They've given a great show this year, but the time is well and truly up. So I've left them over winter, but now I'm just going to nip them back down to the base. Now this gallium here is a really good example of an evergreen ground cover perennial. What a mouthful! You don't really need to do anything to evergreen perennials like this. So there's a few leaves that are a little bit tatty, but in the main it looks fine, so leave it be. So this Alchemilla mollis here is a fine example of a herbaceous perennial that usually dies back to the ground. I've still got a few leaves here, it's looking a bit battered, so what I'm going to do again is, just as close as I can, I'm going to take it back. All of these leaves, all of the green now, any frost in February and March will finish them off. So I'm just going to nip it back, and you'll feel there's kind of quite a lot of woody growth down there. So that's the crown, and that's going to be absolutely fine. So there we have it, my super easy guide as to when and how to prune your perennials, regardless of whether you know what they are. If you've liked this video, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel, where there are loads more garden design hints, tips and hacks to help you, the gardener, get the most out of your garden. And if you don't know what perennial you're dealing with, why not drop a comment below describing it, and I'll do my best to help you either name it and then tell you when to prune it. I've been Garden Ninja, happy gardening.